Okay, onward to Dan to Dan.
Greg, this is one of the greatest episodes of TV I've ever watched. With how good this show is paced and shown to me, it makes me so fucking happy. Dude, that fucking Minecraft character, whatever the fuck, what's his name?
Mr. Ludris.
Mr. Ludris. I have never felt so attached to a character in my entire fucking life as Mr. Ludris. His moments in this episode, the mantis shrimp being like, yeah, no, he's having a good day, and he's saying he loves hanging out with you guys. You're so beautiful. And then everyone's like, I don't think you speak his language. Yeah. I cannot. That moment when when everybody throws I know this is supposed to be the spoiler-free part, but like it's literally my favorite thing I've watched in an anime ever. When they're like, yeah, everything's done. And then he holds his hands in the air for like a half a second. And he's like, fuck that shit, and throws the stick on the ground. I was just like, yes, dude, that is my fucking spirit man right there. That is my alien. That is my dog, dude. Oh my God. It killed me.
Well, let's get into it then. Episode 9 of Dan to Dan. Okaroon and Evil Eye are duking it out, and his training pays off, and he literally full throttle headbutts Evil Eye into Seiko's house, exploding it even more than it already has been exploded.
So many pictures. You move through that so fast. They have a really awesome fight scene, and it's really fucking rad. Okaroon, he gets a lot of power in the training that he's done. He's now moving a lot quicker than he was before. His tempo is still the same, but he's doing it. He's learning. And then also, these fucking panels are insane. That slide, dude, so cool. And like Okaroon actually standing up to Evil Eye on his own merit of his own power, and everybody else watching it was like, yeah, that was cool. That was cool. And then he just fucking double fists him in the stomach like he did before. Absolutely beats his ass. And then Evil Eye is just bleeding from every hole, I guess. Greg, you didn't fucking feel something when the fucking giant angry smile of the power?
Yeah, it was cool.
My dick wiggled, all right? Twice. I was so cool. It was so cool. Such a cool fight scene. And this blast into the house and an explosion. I get it, Greg. We talked about this on a previous episode where Greg's like, yeah, it's really hard to explain someone beating somebody else's ass, but this was the time. This was the time you take the time to explain how awesome the ass beating was.
That's why you are the master of screenshots, because we are able to show it instead of explain.
Yes, and so you could check it out on Spotify for showing all these screenshots that I'm showing here live on stream. But yeah, the Evil Eye coming out of the rubble, like, that was awesome. Can we do that every day?
Hold on, we haven't got that far.
Sorry. Okay, go ahead, Greg.
Go back to the house explosion screenshot. Okay, so yeah, house explodes. Okaroon transforms back to normal, but Evil Eye is like, holy shit, this is fun. Let's keep going. And Ira says Okaroon already went full throttle, so he can't transform. And Momo says they gotta help. But Seiko is like, if we help, that means we exercise Evil Eye tomorrow. And Okaroon tells them not to interfere. Evil Eye approaches Okaroon and is like, transform. I want to fight. And Okaroon is like, no, you're weaker than me, so I'm not going to bully you. And Evil Eye is like, no, I'm strong. And Okaroon is like, no, you're weak. And he's like, no. And Okaroon is like, yes. Okaroon is like, I'll fight you once you get stronger. And I don't want to fight you if you're going to fight others. And if you're going to fight, then you can only fight me. And he's like, okay, I only fight you. But Okaroon is like, you said you were going to kill all humans, so I can't trust you. And he's like, no, I said I only fight you. And Okaroon is like, well, I have school, so we could fight once in a while. And Evil Eye is like, no, fight now. And every second of every day, keep fighting. And Okaroon is like, okay, well, what we can do is once a week, but if you don't accept, then I won't fight you ever again. Seiko laughs. And Momo is like, Turbo Granny, what the fuck is happening? And she said, Okaroon said some dumb shit like he wants to be his playmate. And for some reason, playing and murdering are the same thing to Evil Eye. Okaroon said that Turbo Granny said Evil Eye is like a newborn babe, and if he can overwhelm Evil Eye and get him to focus his attention onto him, then he won't harm Momo or the others. And if he becomes stronger, maybe he could be friends with Evil Eye.
This is a really good point because we've got two shows that have this experience where you have a new spirit being reborn into the world. But realistically, Evil Eye has been a child this entire time and really hasn't experienced anyone like Gigi to really try and help him and agree to be his friend and play together all the time. So he's probably taking it to the 100,000th degree, like, okay, this is my idea of fun, is killing everybody. He spent hundreds of years thinking about this exact moment when he gets to go have fun. And now he's like, fuck yeah, no holds barred.
Okaroon is like, so no fighting other people, no killing, and we'll fight once every Tuesday after school. And Evil Eye is like, hold on. And then he takes off his shirt from it-aesthetics.com, where Evil Eye saved 10% off of his order using promo code TABC10 at checkout.
That was so good, Greg.
And you can be just like Evil Eye by going to it-aesthetics.com and use code TABC10 for 10% off your order.
Every time I take this shirt off, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to hold it and I'm going to be like, you can take these evil spirits now. They're the ones that are mad about the humans. You know what I mean? Just hand it to people.
I don't think they would mind.
Genius.
They would love that.
They would really love the t-shirt, but the other situation that happens here, probably less so. But still, fucking banger reference, Greg. God, that was so good.
But no, he doesn't take off his shirt. He actually takes off his underwear. And he's like, this underwear says it wants to kill humans, and it doesn't agree to that promise. And until I can kill you, you need to hold on to this underwear. And Okaroon is like, cool, sounds good. And Evil Eye is like, fucking sick. Can't wait to kill you. And then turns back into Gigi with no underwear. Okaroon tells Gigi he didn't hurt anyone and can go back to a normal life. And then Seiko is like, hey, yo, nice dick.
Fucking
because Gigi's naked.
Insane, dude. Like, okay, so we talked about this before, Greg, and I sent you a TikTok of people hyperanalyzing Dandanan, talking about the spirits and the aliens and how, like, damaging the future could be versus how terrible the past is with the ghosts and, like, all this stuff. But Seiko really coming in and just letting everybody know that Gigi's fucking got it, dude. She's like, nice fucking wiener, dude. Nice wiener. Her thumbs up right there. You can see it in the screenshot. Everyone else is not looking at dick. And Seiko's like, yeah, that's a good dick. I've seen a few of those in my life. It was a pretty cool one. Nice. There you go. That's the show.
Yeah, that's end of the episode.
I mean, literally, that's what I would do.
Yeah, if you see something nice, just like if you see someone with nice hair or nice nails or nice makeup, just let them know.
Yeah,
let them know it's
very
good.
much the same. Same. So close to the same. Nice dick.
Manjuro takes the underwear and he'll store it at the shrine. And he leaves, and Momo is like, be sure to have a real Tsuchinoko next time. And he's like, no promises, but I'm going to be a sleeping bag bootuber. And then he drives off. Gigi's parents roll up and are like, hey, Seiko, thanks for taking care of Gigi. And Turbo Granny is eyeing the souvenirs Gigi's parents brought. And Seiko is like, my care wasn't the best, so I apologize. And everyone is like, oh shit, Seiko is acting normally again. Super weird. Seiko is like, Gigi, continue your training and come to us if anything happens. And then Gigi leaves with his parents. Ira is like, okay, cool. Well, come on, Okaroon. Time to go home. And Okaroon is like, Momo, I'll see you tomorrow.
She says his real name, by the way.
She does say his real name.
I always think that's interesting, by the way, because she's the only one that calls him that. She's the only one that calls him Takakura. And so, like, she is, like, really trying hard to get under Momo's skin at all times.
Okaroon is like, Momo, I'll see you tomorrow, which is a throwback from season 1 where he had trouble saying it the first time. And she's like, oh, is that it? And gets all bashful up in Okaroon's grill.
Oh my God, I have to stop again. This is the cutest fucking shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Ever.
It is adorable.
I watched this whole episode with like an ear to ear grin because I love this show so fucking much. But oh man, their budding romance is so adorable. It's so cute.
But then Ira is like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And then her and Momo fight. And then they head home. And it shows Seiko, Momo, Turbo Granny, and Hana just sitting, staring at their broken ass house. Seiko is like, well, fuck. Guess we're all going to the super bathhouse. And then the girls have a spa day. The super bathhouse, I think, is like Spa World in Japan, which I went to.
Oh, yeah?
And I think, well, yeah, this is where we talked about onsens and you were worried about tripping over a dude's wiener and cracking your head on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
I did sit in those massage chairs and I literally did the same thing. I was sitting there and I'm just like, oh man. And then it ran out of time. So I just like leaned up, took another coin, put it in there, and then sat back down and was just like, oh yeah.
Momo just leaning, like standing back up and throws it in there and then sits back down. I love this whole episode. It is literally one of my favorite pieces of anime and artwork that I've ever seen in my entire life. This episode fulfilled me. They're all chilling in the spa, and Hana, she like is watching them a lot of the times and just like chilling behind them, and then like the other time like looking at Mount Fuji in the background, just vibing. Great times.
This is what I mean about the details. Obviously, Hana's a fucking anatomical
Mannequin.
dummy, and you can't take him into water. She can't sit in the massage chair, but she's still part of the whole situation.
Yep.
So they go to Super Bathhouse, and the girls have a spa day, and then head back home. And Seiko was like, well, gotta rebuild our house. They get home, and there's some Minecraft alien dude, and Momo and Seiko team kick it. And then Okarun is like, hey, wait a minute. And he's there with Mantis Shrimp and Ira and said they went there after they left because they were worried about their house and asked Mantis Shrimp if he could help rebuild it. And they introduced them to Mr. Ludris, who is Minecraft Man.
Okay. The moment when the Mantis Shrimp Kid is pulling Ira and like she's holding his hand and he's just like big steps forward, having the best fucking time. That little kid is the shit. I love him so much. If anything happens to the Mantis Shrimp Kid, I swear to God, I'll kill everyone in this room and then myself in Minecraft.
Fitting, very fitting for this episode. But yeah, no, I like Ira's and Mantis Shrimp Kid's interactions because whenever Ira and the kid are in a scene together, she's always acting like the big sister / mom figure, like always taking 100%. Care of them and everything. I just think it's super cute.
Ira's a great character to like in the show. Like Gigi's great, Okarun's amazing. Momo and Okarun, they're both phenomenal characters. They're very well done. But Ira is such a flawed masterpiece of a character, in my opinion. She's so easy to hate because she's Mean Girls, the movie personified. But she makes so many awesome situations so much better with her want to just be loved and accepted, like hanging out with Mantis Shrimp Kid and just playing around with it. It's so cute. I love her. Love the show.
Momo apologizes for kicking him, but Mantis Shrimp says he's honored to get kicked by such hot ladies. And he says that Mr. Ludris is a construction specialist and the house will be rebuilt in no time. Seiko is like, nah, we good. And Mantis Shrimp and Okarun are like, we want to repay you. And she's like, nah, you know what? I'm good. But Momo is like, thanks for the help. So Momo steps in knowing that Seiko is going to refuse the help. And Momo's like, nah, please help us. Thank you. They use the nano skin blocks that they can place and shape just like clay. And he says nanoskin is a bunch of nanomachines, and if it breaks, the nanoskin will restore itself back to the original form it was created into. And you just gotta think what you want to make, and the nanomachines will read your brain and make it. Montage of them building the house, and Ira is just making stuffed animals and stuff with Mantis Shrimp's kid.
Mr. Ludris, as Mantis Shrimp is explaining all these things, they make a door. And Mr. Ludris just turns and fucking punches a hole in the door. And then Mantis Shrimp is like, yeah, and here's how you rebuild. And they just fucking like wipes his hands over it and fixes it. And I love him because he's just fucking shit up the whole time. Mr. Ludris is like, fuck you, ladies. Fuck you, dude, for bringing me over here. I'm fucking shit up. And everyone's just like rebuilding the nano skin around him.
Mantis Shrimp is like, oh, that means he likes it.
Yeah. You're like, wait a really though? Because he's yelling a lot and we don't understand him.
It seems like he's having a terrible time.
Oh my God. If you watch any piece of this show, it's this episode right here. It will warm your heart. And then like him picking up the door and ready to throw it. And he's throwing shit around. He hates being here.
But they finish up and Okaroon is like, this house kind of felt like my own. So leaving it all broken didn't feel right. It cuts to Gigi and his parents just drifting a K truck while they make Gigi run next to it and then drift to Seiko's house to come and help rebuild it. But it's already rebuilt and they're like, oh, okay. And Momo is like, shh, Seiko is sleeping. Momo and Gigi walk to school and she asks how Evil Eye is. And Gigi says it's great. And he's keeping his promise and he can even feel Evil Eye's emotions and not just the hate-filled ones. Gigi is like, hey, Momo, are you in love with anyone? And Momo just 1,000-yard stares and is like, fuck you. And then they play fight. But then Gigi is rushed by a bunch of hot girls and Momo is like, yeah, take that. And one of the girls is like, hey, you want some new Pompey juice? And Gigi drinks it and then turns into Evil Eye because it's cold. The girls are like, you like that flavor? And Evil Eye is like, I'll fucking kill you. This is delicious. And then Momo is like, well, Gigi, let's go this way. And she's like, hey, Evil Eye, can you turn back into Gigi? And he's like, no, this juice is fucking delicious. And then he sees some kids playing soccer and is just power kicking the ball and blasting the other players.
Dude, his fucking face when he's drinking the Pompey juice now, that fucking stupid ass fucking kid face. He's just trying to suck every last drop out of there because it is fucking delicious. And then he fucking kicks the soccer ball and like annihilates a kid and then punches the soccer ball and then fucking annihilates everybody into the fucking goal. Oh, Evil Eye is it's just Evil Eye's day out. The show, he's having so much fun being a normal kid again, other than nearly killing other people.
Momo tries to buy some hot drinks at the vending machine, but they're all out. And Momo is like, well, I guess we'll just have to see how things go. Momo takes Evil Eye into class and he's just slamming the desk, but then sees all the other kids writing and he just scribbles on the page. And Momo is like, what's that? And he's like, everyone I want to murder. And then shows her the picture.
The picture, but it's just bunch of scribbles on a page.
At lunch, Momo tries to get some hot food, but they are all sold out. So she gets cold noodles and then teaches Evil Eye how to use chopsticks. But he's having trouble.
Does she teach him how to use chopsticks or does she just go, you should use these? And then he's like, this is fucking stupid. I'm using my fist forever.
Like a true child. He just stops time and then eats with his hands and Momo is like, baby steps, I guess. They get back to class and Muko and Miko are like, is something wrong with Gigi? And Muko is like, maybe he got possessed with one of those golden balls. And Momo is like, wait, what? Golden ball? And they're like, oh, you don't have a smartphone. But they say it's haunting an apartment complex. And Miko shows Momo a picture of the golden ball. And then I have a note here that says, I love how they had the whole Evil Eye arc and now are getting back on track to get Okaroon's other ball back.
Just fantastic work.
After credits roll, there's a weird nerd kid in class that's like, hey, Okaroon, you're my enemy. And then that's how the episode ends.
The show is absolutely insane. It is a masterpiece of media. It should be studied and replicated hundreds of thousands of times over. This show is quite possibly my favorite show I've ever watched. I look forward to it every week.
Yeah, like actually, I do have a couple small personal criticisms with some things, but not enough to really even delve deep into or have it negatively impact how I feel about the show.
No, I think the show is amazing, front to back. It's great for showing emotional growth and character growth. And oh my god, when Momo does like the little punchies on Okaroon,
I think that's like everything every guy wanted at that age. Like now I'm sitting here watching it and I do agree it's super cute. I'm just like, damn, young love.
yeah, life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. You know what I mean? I don't think my next relationship is going to be some girl going pew pew, like, and being like, "Is that all you want from me?" That's just not how adults interact anymore. But it is a very adorable experience. Do you have any anecdotal punchy stories, Greg, of when you were a wee lad?
We went to the arcade and played Soul Calibur together.
That's fucking sick, Greg.
But we weren't like necessarily friends at that point. I think it was just like I knew you were there. You knew that the same people always came to the arcade. Everyone kind of knew everyone's faces, whether they necessarily talked or not at that time. But I think when we had our Nightmare Mirror match and I was just mopping the floor with you, that was the first time.
Fuck out of here. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Best Nightmare NV.
I literally...
That's obviously a joke and a lie. I was maybe like bronze 5. Maybe
Greg
wood 5,
committing
I think it's Soul Calibur.
blasphemy on our show. Just live in front of the studio audience.
I remember that we were having a money match and you threw down $150
Greg,
first to 10 and I took that money from you.
Sure did, Greg. That's exactly what happened. Yep.
This is all I have left.
This is all I have left.
These fake memories that I create in my head.
Hey, man, I appreciate them. We have great memories on this show and create great memories. We hope you enjoy.
Even if they're fake, I'm creating them.
They're not fake anymore. You just made them real.
Well, they're memories based in truth. Like, I'm just going to basically be in some weird, like, Shutter Island where I'm making up my own memories. And then someone has to walk me through an abandoned mental hospital for me to actually realize what I did in my life.
Oh, my God. You're Leonardo DiCaprio. Who am I in this one?
Brad Pitt.
No.
Ryan Gosling.
No. You're going to make me look this up.
Hugh Jackman.
No. God damn it, Craig. Mark Ruffalo.
He's a cool guy.
He is great. I love Mark Ruffalo. I want to hang out with him. I think that'd be cool. Mark Ruffalo, if you'd like to be on the Anime Book Club podcast, we'd love to have you. Just like randomly
Just
message
let us
one
know.
celebrity. You know what I mean? Like hit him up on Twitter, like, hey, we've got this show. We'd love for you to be on it. And then Mark Ruffalo's like, yeah, I'm 100% in. When can I fly out?
We have to be like, sorry to break it to you. We're just two dudes in two separate rooms and we do it online.
In two different parts of the fucking United States, literally thousands of miles apart. You could just be at home and we'll just put you on the camera. And he'd be like, I can't wait. Sounds great.
If he wants to come on the show, I will go rent a space where we could all hang out.
We'll have a little studio sesh with
It
Mark
may not be the
Ruffalo.
nicest, but it'll be ours.
Yeah. I wonder if he's watched any of these animes. I'm going to assume not. You know who definitely would, like, at some point be on the show? Michael B. Jordan. He loves anime. When he's not being an American sex icon.
You know who else loves anime?
Who's that?
I'll give you a hint. It's a female.
Oh, Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm.
I knew exactly where you're going with that. I would sell my soul to have Megan Thee Stallion on the show. And the devil, if you're listening, that is eternal torment for me. That means I have to DJ and play only ABBA and Let's Go Girls
Shania
on
Twain.
repeat. Yeah, Shania Twain on repeat in hell for the rest of my existence. That's my torture, I know for a fact. While I watch other people be bad at video games. I figured out my own personal hell to have Megan Thee Stallion on the show. That'd be fucking amazing. Let's wrap this one up. This is a wild episode.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought it was going to be shorter, but
Yeah, we took
nope.
took one full episode of anime out and still fucking extended that extra 30 minutes really in there.
Thanks everybody for joining us on this episode of the Anime Book Club podcast. We'd like to thank it-aesthetics.com for providing us with very cool Dan to Dan and Kaiju t-shirts. And you can get t-shirts just like those using tab C10 at checkout for 10% off of your order at it-aesthetics.com. And we would also like to thank GamerSups for providing us with the energy needed to make these crazy segues on this show. And you can get 10% off of that order using DJ Montague at checkout. And you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, anywhere you listen to podcasts. And you can also find us on Instagram at the Anime Book Club Podcast and on the internet at theanimebookclub.com.
Friends, thank you so much. The moral of the story this week is communication is key. Be able to talk about your feelings because your feelings are valid. You're a human being and you are accepted for who you are, but just be a good person and express your feelings a little bit. And then some people can help you guide your feelings. Maybe if your feelings suck and you're wrong, and it's okay to be wrong and accept your growth as a human being. Learn from your mistakes. Be good to each other.
You can communicate in jabs if you want to as well.
If you need to pew, pew in the cutest way possible. If you're a guy, probably don't do that.
No, don't tell me what to do. Check us out next week where we will be starting our finale episodes of Kaiju number 8, Dan to Dan, The Summer Hikaru Died, and Solo Camping for 2. So friends, we will see you next week.
Yeah.
DJ Montague, this is where you say the thing. Tell them what time it is.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Goodbye. Greg, this is your time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, friends, for checking out the Anime Book Club podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
And if you don't want to miss the next one, follow us on the socials where we announce new episodes, content, and other cool stuff. You can also check out our anime list with our rankings and follow along with what we're currently watching and what we have watched in the past.
All the links are in the description. See you in the next one. Bye!